peeps? How's it going? New moon in Gemini energy. The new moon in Gemini reaches its peak tonight at, I think it's 11:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States, 8:03 p.m. Pacific Time. The new moon reaches its peak, okay? So Gemini is an air sign, which is a mutable sign, which don't ask me what the fuck that means. I know what cardinal signs and fixed signs mean, but I gotta look into the mutable shit. But yeah, so Gemini. Gemini gets a bad rap, and it's crazy. I'm not sure why, because I really think that people... I don't know where that comes from, the whole idea that, like, Geminis are crazy. Like, I feel like that's... I don't know who made that up, but that's not a thing. Geminis are actually very fun. Geminis kind of are like how I feel about Sagittarius, okay? Hey, Mr. Rogers, how's it going? What are you up to? So it's like Geminis are a lot of fun. They're kind of like how I feel about Sagittarians. Because Geminis, they're very talkative, they're witty, they're smart, they really are smart, and they can see multiple perspectives of things. People say that they're two-faced and fake. Again, I don't know where the fuck that comes from. I've never really gotten close to a Gemini, so I can't really tell you. I can't really necessarily tell you, to be honest, but, oh, dang. Okay, you just got up then. Yeah. So wait, do you work today or no, since it's Memorial Day? I forced myself to get up at like 11 something just because like I went to sleep late again, and I'm just so sick of like torturing myself with my fucked up sleep schedule. Yeah, but yeah, so Gemini. So the new moon in Gemini, there's a lot of different things going on for this new moon. So yeah, new moons are all about fresh new starts, new beginnings and shit like that. But it's a little bit deeper than that. So like when I was on here the other day, intuitively I was picking up, I don't know why this came up, but like internal analytics came up, something about internal analytics, which I didn't dive deeper into it, but then I did some reading on the internet, and it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense why that was coming up, because Gemini is all about communication. So it's all about like your thoughts. It's all about how you not only speak to, mostly it's about internal shit, because the new moon, the subconscious is driven by the energy of the new moon. And so this is more so about like what's going on internally. That's why I said internal analytics. So it's like, how do you talk to yourself? How do you feel about yourself? What do you say to yourself? How do you perceive yourself? Apparently, I learned from another tarot reader, and I always give tarot readers credit if I get information from them, because I'm not a basic bitch. Just saying. But anyway, I learned from this like astrologist / other tarot reader that I was like, because like I looked into this information to get more info, and I'm not the type to cop other people's information and pretend it's my own. So I just wanted to put that out there. But anyway, so I came across this chick, and she was talking about how the Eight of Swords represents Gemini and represents this new moon, which would make sense because the Eight of Swords is all about, like, again, internal analytics. What is keeping you stuck? What thought processes, what perspectives, what perceptions of self and others are keeping you stuck? But mostly it's like, how are you perceiving yourself? And therefore, how is that keeping you stuck in whatever patterns or ways of being that you're getting stuck in, basically, essentially. So it kind of reminds me of cognitive behavioral therapy, where it's like, I had this professor one time describe it like this, like your what did he say? Your feelings determine it was either it's like your feelings determine your thoughts determine your actions. That's what it was. Your thoughts determine your feelings. I think that's what it is. Yeah. So it's like basically how you are perceiving yourself, how you're perceiving the world, how you're interacting with yourself, the things you're telling yourself. You know what I mean? How you're perceiving yourself, that impacts how you operate in the world, what you believe about yourself. So, oh, that's good. Okay, I'm glad. Glad to hear that. So it's like new moon in Gemini. So that's why I think that came up, internal analytics. So it's how you speak to yourself, and it's about going within and looking at, what aspects of that need to change in order for you to change your external world. So this is all about how you're thinking and the patterns of like communicating within yourself that are like the things you're telling yourself that are impacting your perception of reality and impacting your perception of yourself that are then driving you to do the things that you're doing. You feel me? So that's what the new moon is all about. I am going to do a reading. I came up with some specific questions for the new moon spread. I'm going to do a 3-card spread and came up with specific questions for each card just to really dig in deeper and look at, I think somebody's standing right there. Okay, somebody's literally just standing right there. I don't know why. It's really weird. I didn't even realize that person was standing right there. Anyway, so yeah, so it's all about that basically. And I'm going to do a reading on it later for the collective, but it's kind of like, yeah. So I'm going to do that, but that's the energy that might be coming up for you. So Gemini is a very communicative energy, so you may find that you're having more like deep conversations with people about like the way that you're operating in the world or the way that you approach certain things. This could be like, in your relationships with other people. And again, it goes back to the internal, how you view yourself, the patterns that you're repeating within yourself that you're then externalizing and like carrying out in your relationships with others. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So it's kind of like, let's see, what else? What else is the new moon all about? So yeah, I think it's basically just looking at those things and whatever's going on with that may be impacting your ability to move towards like new things. And like, I don't give a shit about this person standing on the bridge behind me, but it's just more so I don't like people standing behind me, You're like behind me, bro. And you're like, yeah. I don't know why this guy is standing behind right over here. Like, what is going on? Like, maybe he probably doesn't even know I'm sitting here. But anyway, so yeah, new moon in Gemini. So you may find that you're having like deeper conversations with people, and really like getting to the crux of why you do the things you do and like how you perceive yourself and others and how that then impacts the way you operate in the world, not just with other people, but also within like with yourself, within your own life. You know what I mean? So it's like also that can extend out to other things, not just relationships, but this can, obviously extends out to money. It extends out to love, which is a relationship. But I'm just saying it extends out to specifics because how you perceive yourself, definitely impacts your money. How you perceive yourself or the way you talk to yourself, what you think that you can obtain or what you think you deserve. Again, this is kind of reminding me of like external versus internal locus of control, and feel free to look into that if you want, because that's all about perception. It's all about the way that you perceive yourself in relation to the world and the amount of like agency that you feel that you have in determining the outcomes in your own life. And again, that all goes back to the way you talk to yourself, the way you talk about yourself, what you think about yourself, and what you like perceive that you can make happen for yourself. Because like that's also what this new moon is about, is like creativity, like new beginnings with creative expression, or like the way you express yourself, you know? So like looking at the way that you've been expressing yourself and you've been operating in your own life, again, towards yourself and other people, and how does that need to change in order to create more balance, basically, I would say, just in general. So, yeah, good energy, but it's good opportunity to really like quiet yourself and look at these things, like asking yourself these questions, you know. And that's what I'm going to do with the reading. I'm going to ask a few questions that are related to that, to get people thinking about that, like, how are you perceiving yourself, and therefore, you know, how is it impacting the way that you operate? Which is crazy, because I saw the shorts of this psychiatrist who posted something about perception and motivation, which I find interesting with the new moon in Gemini. It's like people pick up on the energy and they don't even know they're picking up on it. But anyway, he was talking about perception and how like perception is really the root of all that we do, and it's the root of motivation, because it's like depending on how you perceive things is how you move, you know. So like if you perceive that you're a piece of shit, you're going to move like you think you're a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like if you think that you're worthless and you don't deserve like more than what you have, then you're going to operate in that type of way, and that's what you're going to see externally in your world. So that's what that is. And so he was basically talking about, and that's exactly the new moon energy, like how you perceive yourself impacts the way that you choose to make decisions. And so that's why perception of self and others is so fucking important, because if you're, and this is, you know, when I talk about narcissists or narcissism, their perception of self and others is off, which is why they struggle so goddamn much in the world, because a lot of their motivations come from a irrational place, because they're not perceiving things accurately, themselves or others. So that's why perception, it's like dangerous if you don't have clear discernment or perception. So this new moon is all about going within and looking at those areas of like, where are you not perceiving yourself accurately, or where are you, that's not the right thing to say, where are you misperceiving things within yourself or towards others, or, you know, really getting clear on your discernment. Because like our discernment and our perception is based on our life experience, and that determines our reality. So you have to understand that if you don't dig deeper and do shadow work to figure that type of shit out, like, why do I perceive things the way I do? Why do I operate in the way that I do? Why do I do these things? And it more than likely the answer comes from, well, look at your family of origin. You know, more than likely you learned those patterns and then you internalize them, and now you're like justifying them, or like, you know, enabling those mindsets within yourself. And then you're like, unfortunately, we all do this, like fostering them in other people. So it's like, it can really be quite dangerous if your perception is that off. Dangerous for yourself and other people. So yeah, so this new moon just basically asks you to go within and really suss that out and look at, like, you know, who am I, basically? Who am I? And how, and the way I'm perceiving myself, am I perceiving myself even accurately in what I'm concluding as far as quote unquote who I am? You know, because this can tie into ego too. Because ultimately, ego and us, we're just made up of a bunch of fucking beliefs and internalized thought processes. And that's who we say, quote unquote, we are. We really are nothing. We just, you know, we just pretend. Well, I don't want to say we pretend. That's just like the way that the human psyche exists in order to, I guess, probably survive, to protect, defend. That's what the ego does, protect and defend, you know? So again, that's why, you know, denial can be can be an issue with perception. That's why denial impacts perception. So yeah, like what areas in your life are you repeating patterns like that are keeping you stuck in a less self-actualized version of yourself? What patterns did you pick up from your family of origin that, what beliefs about yourself, what beliefs about, love, money, work ethic that you're carrying with you are then impacting the way you're perceiving yourself in the world, and thereby impacting your actions and your motivation. Didn't know it was going to get this deep, guys, but I love it. I'm loving it. Yeah. So really grateful for this energy, grateful that this came up, grateful for the inspiration. Thank you, universe, because and I mean, I think that's where I was making the tie between Sagittarians and Gemini, because both, are quite creative, actually, in different ways, but both signs are very intelligent and creative. Like, is that a thing? Like intelligent and creative expression? I don't know if that's a thing, but yeah. But Geminis are just smart in general, really, or technically speaking. Maybe not literally, but... So anyway. New moon and Gem, baby. It's all about perception. It reminds me of that quote and that saying, what is that? Where it's like, it's not about what happens to you, it's about how you react to what happens to you that like determines your... Well, I don't know what the rest of the quote is. Let me look it up. Yeah, that's what it is. It's not what happens to you, it's how you react to it that matters. It's not what happens to you, how you react to it that matters. So again, that's about perception. It's like you can perceive something as just being so shitty that you want to blow your brains out. Sorry, I'm just going to extremes, guys. Or you can perceive something as, wow, yeah, this normally would make me want to blow my brains out. However, like, how can I make... And not toxic positivity, I'm not saying that, but how can I turn this into something more? For myself, or to better myself? How can I make this beneficial? You know what I mean? And sorry to be graphic about the blow your brains out, but I'm just saying, like, again, it's how you're perceiving situations. Like, horrible thing could happen to you, but as long as you're, because that's the thing. I think people wonder, like, people have always asked or like wondered throughout my life, like, why are you always like quote unquote happy? And it's like, I've had horrendous things happen to me throughout my life, and if I didn't choose that, then I'm not sure where the fuck I would be. Probably in a gutter on the side of the road. So again, it really, I mean, perception is important. It isn't important to really attune how you react to what is happening to you in your life, because really you can never, like, I don't want to say you can never control that, but there's a lot of things that you can't control. You know what I mean? So you're going to be miserable if you're living in that external locus of control vibe where it's like, oh, let me just like, all this shitty stuff is happening. It's like, no, but you can control what's going on inside. You can control how you think about it. You can control how you talk to yourself. You can control how you perceive it. Yeah, you can. You can. And no, I'm not talking about lying to yourself or gaslighting yourself. No, I'm genuinely talking about, like, how can you reframe this in a way that doesn't make life just completely miserable, because it doesn't have to be if you choose it not to be. And I know some people would say, well, what if I'm really in a shitty situation and blah, 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 blah. I get it. But I just feel like there's always a solution. There's always a way out if you can. It's kind of reminds me of the whole Malcolm X thing where I don't remember the exact thing, but it's like, it's free the mind, and then the body will follow. It's like you need to free your mind from the mental chains, and then You know what I mean? Then action will come, proper action. Because you can't have proper action if your thoughts are, you know what I mean, if you're perceiving the world as fucked up, you know? So, oh, okay, I'm pinning this. Beautiful. Intelligent and creative expression refers to the ability. Thank you for looking that up. I appreciate it. Intelligent and creative expression refers to the ability to generate novel and valuable ideas. Yeah, okay. Solutions or creations while also demonstrating a high level of cognitive ability and understanding. Yeah, that's really Gemini's all day, what you're describing. Sagittarians are like this too, but I think Geminis have the strong point of the intelligence to back their creative expression. Not to say that Sagittarians aren't smart. They are, but they're more smart in a creative way, and Geminis are smarter in an analytically creative way, if that makes sense. So that makes a lot of sense what you're saying. It goes beyond simply possessing knowledge. So I didn't even know that that was a thing. I'm like, a lot of this stuff, it's like intuitive downloads. So I didn't really know if that was a thing, but I, felt that. So thank you for looking that up. It goes beyond simply possessing knowledge and involves the active application and manipulation of that knowledge in original and insightful ways. Wow. Damn. So, wow, that's good to know that then. So, yeah. I don't know. That's pretty crazy. So, yeah, Geminis are the shit. And this energy calls for, all that we're talking about here. It goes on more and more. Like, the definition of is even longer than that. I feel like I have to go back and read both of those things that you just said again, because it's like there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. It's like, yeah, damn. So yeah, so it's like that's what this new moon is all about, is like going within. And that's why I love new moons, because it really is, I mean, it can be new moons are much more emotional, I think. For me, I tend to experience them to be quite much more emotional. Like this one kind of has, I would say so, in a sense. I don't know. I haven't really been focused on the energy of the new moon, I'm not gonna lie. But in certain ways I've seen it come out. Yeah. Oh wait, downloads will, oh, the downloads I'm getting, you're saying blow your mind, or what? Yeah. Or just in general downloads. See, this is Gemini all the way too, and I'm a moon in Gemini, so I like to be specific. I like to make sure I really understand what the fuck people are saying, and that doesn't help my OCD any, because I'm also OCD. So you combine that with, Gemini's analytical mind, and oof, man, my mind is just always going. Monique, hey, that's so crazy. I've been thinking about you lately. Like, when people don't show up for a while, I start wondering, are they okay? Like, what happened? Where'd they go? How are you doing? What is going on? What is new with you? That's so crazy, because I was just thinking, like, yesterday, I think, maybe recently, I'm like, what happened to Monique? Like, so good to see you. What are you up to, man? This new moon energy, telling you, it's much more to it than I was like really expecting. When I did this video, I wasn't really expecting all that, but yeah. But see, I love it, because again, moon in Gemini, I'm like I don't know how to explain it. Analyzing things, intelligence, knowledge, I'm obsessed with it. even if it's pointless knowledge. Like a second ago when I asked Mr. Rogers, do you mean my downloads or downloads in general? I just want the piece of information. Who gives a fuck about it? It's not going to do anything for me, or it's just going to clarify it within my soul so I don't have to wonder anymore. Because I have this insatiable thirst for knowledge. Moon and Gemini. Doesn't matter what kind of knowledge. I just want to know. I want to know everything. Anything. So yeah. So I'm rolling this B right here. Okay, wait, what is that? Oh, good. Yes, definitely. How's work going? I'm glad you know what? And it's crazy too, because like intuition is just a crazy thing. Cause like I was thinking to myself, you know, cause like I'm not going to go into details, but I've dealt with some creepiness on this channel. And so like I was thinking about it and I'm thinking, you know, who's real on here and who's not, you know, perception of reality, who's real, who's not. And so I'm so grateful you freaking came on here. It's like, it's like my intuition asked and it's just like the answer came. You're not a troll. I mean, not that you would be a troll, but you're not somebody pretending to be. Anyway, yeah, someone else. Because I was thinking that to myself, but so that's good to know. I got my answer. And like I said, not going to go into deets on how I got my answer because that energy is not important enough to acknowledge here. So, or the particular, anyway, I'm not going to go into it. So yeah, so there's that. And I'm glad you're here and rolling this blunt. It sucks, but grateful for the afternoon. Tired of, yeah, I feel you. Yep, tired of the plantation. Yep. I feel you, facts. I mean, yep. I didn't work today, but I've been burnt out as fuck, so I was really grateful for that because I'm like, oh my God, I need a break. I do not get a lot of days off a year, which the only reason I accept it is because I work virtually, so I get a lot of freedom throughout my day in general. But man, if I had to go into someplace, there's no way that I would accept this little like time off, because I get very little time off. But I really like my job, so I don't know. So it's like, okay, I'm not going to overanalyze this right now. Oh, man. So yeah, new moon and Gemini energy, baby. New moon and Gem. And I think that was the majority of the energy, what I went over before. Also, you know, Geminis are very witty. They're very smart about their approach. They're strategic, you know, so like it's a good conversation when you're talking to a Gemini because they're very savvy about the way that they carry on the conversation too. Like they'll drop hints, you know, I mean, sometimes, you know, but it's like, I was going to say throw jabs, but not really. It's just kind of like, calling people out. Calling people in, rather. Yeah, right. Geminis don't call people in. Geminis call people out. Come the fuck on, people. So yeah, that's really the energy. I'm definitely going to do a reading after this. I'm going to stay on here and just like chill for a little, smoky smoke a little. But definitely going to do a reading after this. And no, but I do think there's certain patterns of my own that have come to the surface that I've kind of been looking more deeply at, like why they're occurring, you know, why they're coming up. Anxiety related shit. Fear-based patterns, trauma-based patterns, like all that stuff. So oh dang. Oh, okay, so wait, your ex is a Gemini? Damn. See, I feel like Gemini is kind of like with Scorpio, where it's like Geminis are cool, like unless they're mentally ill. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with Scorpios. Like they're cool unless it's a mentally ill Scorpio, and then you definitely want to like call the authorities. Not really, but that's how serious. Like mentally ill Scorpios are dangerous. Very, very dangerous, as we can see with P. Diddy people. Extremely dangerous. But but I will say the normal ones, but like I was saying before, like I've never really fucked with a Gemini. The only Gemini I attempted to be friends with did turn out to be a crazy bitch. She did. It was weird. She like flipped on me. It was very odd. She flipped on me and I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? It was weird. Yeah, she was like being all nice, but then she was like, clearly she was like being fake about it, because then she like got mad because like I didn't do what she wanted me to do, even though she didn't actually straight up tell me what to do. You know what I mean? She wanted me to leave her house and she didn't just straight up say, hey, okay, like I have to go now, can you leave? Like that's what you're supposed to do. You don't just hint like, oh, okay, like let me beat around the bush. No, bitch, tell me to get the fuck out of your house. Like I don't do pussyfooting around. Like, no, I don't operate in that way. So when people do that to me, I don't interpret it. Like, I mean, not that I don't pick up hints, but I don't want to do the extra work for you. Either be direct with me, bitch, or I'm gonna sit here. That's the point. Use your mouth and actually tell me to get the fuck out of your house. She didn't do that. So when when I didn't realize, then like we were hanging out with other people and I even talked to the dude about it. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with her? She's a crazy bitch. He was like, I don't know, like what happened to her. I didn't know her that well. So that's also why it was fucking weird. Because she was all peaches and cream until I didn't like pick up on her weird, subtle little hints. And then she like flipped and it's like, okay, so what you got to know about Cancers? Oh, this energy two-faced. Just, oh, I see, I feel you. But yeah, no, I don't, like, Cancers are very blunt. We don't, unbeknownst to most people, that's why a Cancer will just cut you off cold turkey. That's them being direct. They just don't have time to communicate it to you because you didn't get it the first 3 billion times, so why the fuck would they tell you again? We just show you. So yeah, but anyway, it was like weird. So that was the only time like I've had like a close encounter with a Gemini. And I guess it was kind of odd, but it was just one person, so. And I think she probably had some other, she had probably some mental health things going on. I don't think it was the zodiac sign. Yeah, sometimes when those energies mix, But yeah, so new moon in Gem. Rewind if you want to hear all about it, all the deets, because like I already kind of went over it. And I was cooking, as the kids say. So if you want to go hear some really diabolical shit, you might want to rewind the vid in this bitch. Obviously kind of joking, people, but okay. Oh, I know I dropped my lighter somewhere here. Oh, damn, is that like a bug crawling on the window? Is that a spider? Oh my freaking God. There was a spider around here earlier. But But yeah, I mean, most of the Geminis I've met, actually, you know what? I'll say this. My brother's wife is a Gemini. Love her. She's a freaking blast. That's what I'm telling you. Geminis are a blast. And then this one person I follow on YouTube who is an astrologer, she's a Gemini, like heavy Gemini in her chart. And she is so fun. It's like her energy is so beautiful. She's always so happy and smiling and bubbly and just like, you know. So yeah, I mean, I really like Geminis also. Shout out to my sister-in-law. It was her birthday a couple days ago. Happy birthday to her. Like I said, she's a gem. And also shout out to my Uncle Mike who passed away. His birthday was June 22nd. I feel bad because I missed it. I didn't really register. I don't do birthdays or any of that type of stuff anymore. I don't pay attention to it. It's a lot of extra work and money that, oh Jesus, that scared the shit out of me. A lot of extra work and money that I don't have. It's like, I mean, come on, think about it. Like what? Okay. Think about it. What are we getting out of... See, I don't like this when people do this. Like, you know, this person's like walking in the road, you know, up towards me, and I don't really understand why, and I don't want to have to run a bitch over, so I'm not sure why this kid is doing that. It looks like, oh, somebody running, I think. So, yeah. That's this energy, people. Wait, don't kill what? Oh, the spider? I'm glad you said that, because I thought that too. I was like, should I kill it? And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna kill this cutie. It's just a little cutie walking across. Now, if it was a big, fat, ugly spider that looked like it could attack me, that bitch is dead. Okay? But I don't kill innocent spiders. Only the kind that look like they're gonna eat me, and that's very rare to come across. I don't know why people kill tiny spiders. Like, leave them alone. Again, unless it's like crawling on me, then yes, bitch, you are dead. But other than that, you know, I just mind my biz. I'm looking forward to the day when my clumsiness is not a thing. I don't think... I'm not sure if that's ever gonna happen though, so... But yes, so like, do you guys, like, how do you feel about the new moon energy? Like, are you feeling the new moon energy? Do you guys do anything for the new moon, like new moon rituals or anything like that? I don't do that. I don't do new moon rituals. I manifest, okay? I'm a Cancer, and we're master manifestors, so all I do is just say what I want during the new moon, and I put it out there, and I'm very specific about it. You've got to be very, very specific. Very specific, I'm telling you. You have to be specific, or the universe is going to bring you like a fucking... Trust me. Or they're going to bring you some like lopsided version of what you want. Yeah, you got to be careful. I manifested... I'm just thinking about like when I manifested relationships or men. I remember one time I said I wanted somebody with a really strong personality. And, oh, I got it. I just got it. Yeah, but having a strong personality isn't always good. Depending on the type of strong you're talking about, you know what I mean? Strong personality could be a crazy motherfucker. Sean Combs has a strong personality, but, you know, you feel me? So, Right, exactly, Mr. Rogers. That's what I'm thinking. I feel like not, I feel not right not calling you Mr. Rogers, even though, you know, I know your first name, but a lot of prayer and meditation. Yeah, good call. Yep. Yep. So like I'm gonna do a collective reading. I know I already said that. But I have specific questions that I'm gonna ask because I'm tired of just like doing these general readings. It feels kind of like half-assed, so I want to tap into my creativity a little bit more, which that's something I've been wanting to do is like making the new moon readings specific to whatever the sign that the new moon is in. So I'm doing that tonight. Ooh, someone's blasting 50 cent. 50 cents of Cancer. Woo! Cancer energy in the house. Mm-hmm. Yep. 50 Cent. I mean, you know what? Male cancers are really, to be honest, pretty cool. I would never date a male cancer, but I would be friends with one. 41, 41 on the clock. I don't know why I would never date one. I just don't know. Perhaps because, like, cancer males feel like siblings. They always, like, every time I meet a cancer male, every single time, even cancer males that have tried to get with me, it's like they just feel like a sibling, you know? Or like, or there's just not that chemistry there like that, you know? Just feels like brotherly energy. So yeah, new moon in Gemini here though. And the energy, we're about to be at the peak of the new moon in less than an hour. Actually an hour exactly. If for specifically for Eastern Standard Time in the United States, if you're on Pacific time, then it's at 8:03 p.m. Pacific time. But yep, so thought patterns, thinking, internal self-talk, dialogue, internal dialogue. What are you telling yourself, and how has that translated to what you see in your external world? And also like beliefs that you've internalized too. Maybe even beliefs that you don't even realize that you've internalized from society too, also, not just your family of origin, but like about what you think you deserve or believe you deserve. And then because of that, that may then be like motivating your behavior in a way that, you're not aiming as high as you could be, for example, for things, or like you're setting your standards lower for jobs or relationships or whatever, because again, some type of internal programming. So it's all about looking at that internal programming and healing that so that you have a healthier, more healthier relationship with self. Is that spider, or that's another bug? There's another bug. But how you feel about yourself, how you talk to yourself, how you view yourself, your external circumstances are literally a direct reflection upon that. Literally. So whatever job you're doing right now, direct reflection upon how you have spoken to yourself or what you've said to yourself, how you've perceived your purpose in the world, you know, your own power. So there's that. And basically, the other thing that the new moon brings up is like essentially the purpose is to get to the root of all these patterns so that you can get to the most authentic version of yourself, not, you know, this fake version that, you know, sometimes you'll see people presenting. It's really all about getting to the most realist version of yourself and healing these patterns so you can live in that, like I said earlier, most self-actualized version of yourself. Oh yeah, no, I'm glad you brought it up, Macario. No, I mean, hey, this is a space for anybody that comes here that's, you know, looking for healing or, you know, support, you know, so this is your space too. Definitely, and I'm glad you put that out there. Today is remembrance for the fallen that fought and protect our country, and I mean no disrespect to you, my sister. What kind of how much for the wounds that we lost to protect our rights? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So, are you talking about like Memorial Day, Macario? Because I don't really like look into those holidays, but either way, yes, I'm glad you brought that up. And definitely, are you, a, wait, but that would be Veterans Day. I was gonna say, I don't know. I don't know what any of these holidays are, Macario, but if you want to give me deets, you can. And if not, well, fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. I understand you like my sister. What? You are broken as well? What are you talking about? Okay. Why are you saying I'm broken? Because I don't follow holidays? Maybe you're misspeaking or mistyping? You're like my sister, you are broken as well. What? I don't get it. I just don't celebrate holidays, you know. I appreciate every day. And yeah, definitely, but I don't know what the fuck you're talking about saying I'm broken. What are you talking about? And I don't like fight for our freedom like who? Who are you referring to? Soldiers or something? Mr. Rogers. Like what? Like everybody's broken. Let's be real, people. Like everybody has their own issues. I'm just trying to understand in this context why you're saying that. Because yes, I'm broken in a lot of ways, but I don't know what the fuck you're talking about because I don't... What? Okay, but you know what, bro? You need to address what you said. I understand you're like my sister. You are broken as well. I am broken today. What do you mean? Can you please just spell it out for me? I'd really appreciate it. Otherwise, it's going to stress me the fuck out. Okay? And then I'm going to have to deal with that, and that's fine. I'll deal with it, you know? Who gives a fuck? But, I just don't know. I need another job. Why are you saying that, Mr. Rogers? You don't like your job? I feel like a bug fell in here, because, like, that's what it sounded like to me. It also says that there's 0 people in here, so I'm pretty confused. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Anyway, I'm kind of lost, but that's okay. Oh. Well, I'm glad you chimed in because I was confused. I'm still confused, so, like... Oh. Oh, I said, okay, I see what you're trying to say. You're saying you can take it with a grain of salt. That's what you are trying to say. Green of salt. But I get what you're trying to say. Take it with a grain of salt. Oh, I see, I see. Okay, but you know what? Like, that's like me being like, hey, Macario, you're fucked up. But take it with a grain of salt, okay? You know what I mean? So, don't play with me, bro. You said I'm broken. I want to know the deets of why. It's not about taking it with a grain of salt. It's about understanding because, you know, you're throwing out some heavy, you know, things there. I'm so confused right now. I know you're doing talk to text, Macario, but I just don't understand. Do you want said you read tarot cards because of a certain reason? Anywho. Okay, guys, one thing I need to put out there, very important news. Chipotle has changed their hours to 11 p.m., so shout out to Chipotle. But yeah, I mean, I acknowledge what Macario said. I just don't understand what he's saying, but still, what he's saying is valid, whatever he's saying. I don't know what he's saying, but yeah, definitely show respect, but I don't know who you're showing respect to. That's my only thing. I don't know what the fuck we're talking about here. You know, so, but anywho. Ow! Shit. Ah! I feel like I just literally just burnt my finger. Oh, God. That literally hurts. But I'm still here, so grateful for that. What are you up to, Mr. Rogers? What are you doing right now? I'm just smoking, chilling. I was messing with my fishing pole, about to go out on the town, solo dolo. Oh, that sounds like fun. What are you gonna do? Oh my gosh, that's like me. I just like go out to random places just for funsies. So where are you going? What are you gonna do? Give me all the dates. Oh my gosh, literally? So you're just gonna like sit in your car? That's what going out on the town is for you? I mean, no judging. I mean, that's what it is for me too. So, I mean, I do other things. I go to places. I like go to restaurants and shit, but oh my gosh, that's how I feel every freaking day. Love it. Maybe fishing. I don't know. The possibilities are endless, aren't they? Man. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's not like toxic positivity. That's like healthy. You're a happy person. That's how I think too. The possibilities are endless. All right, Macario. Macario, I wasn't trying to disregard you. I just genuinely can't understand what you're saying with the talk to text thing. So it's like stressing me out. So it's just like I'm not trying to disregard you by any means. I just really don't know what to do because I keep asking for clarification. I'm not getting it. So then it's like I can't really accurately respond. You know what I mean? I don't know if you left already, but sorry. Was not trying to be rude at all. I don't know. I don't, you know, I don't know what to say about it. As far as not giving you time to explain or express how you feel. Well, that's valid if that's how you feel, or that's how you feel, so that's valid, is what I'm trying to say. Um, and, you know, that may be true, because I am quite impulsive at times, so, I do apologize if that's the case. I say if because I don't really remember doing that, you know? So I'm not saying I didn't. I'm just saying I have a bad short-term memory. So it's really love to say certain things when you're commenting, but you do not allow us to explain it first. Okay, so maybe I just didn't give you time to really say what's going on, which I could totally would get that because I'm impulsive and I'm impatient at times. So, but it's just kind of like I didn't really want to go into all of that, you know. It's a lot of work, you know. Not trying to disregard, but I'm just kind of like it also takes me a moment to process things too. I think I process things a little bit slower cuz trauma, but yeah. So that's why it's like I kind of had to like move on and then like go back to it. I feel bad. I don't know if Macario's still here, but it says there's 0 people in here, so I don't even know if there's anybody in here right now, to be honest. Now it's saying 1 person, so it's probably Mr. Rogers. Yeah, fishing sounds fun. You should definitely fish. Maybe smoke a little. Oh yeah, it just says 1 now. It was saying 0 before. What? People are weird. This is why I don't want to sit on this bridge too much, because people pick up on your patterns and then it's like they do weird shit. Or they could plot weird shit. Either way, I don't want to be a part of it. But I kind of have no choice because I can't smoke in my apartment, so I gotta smoke somewhere. So I smoke in my car. I just try to mind my biz. Trying to mind my biz here. I do mind my biz unless someone makes it my motherfucking biz. So, like that guy that was abusing that dog, he made that my biz. I should have gone harder at him, but I didn't know if he had a weapon, so I'm not really trying to get got or anything. I prayed for that dog, and I don't know. I hope it's okay. It's just so sad. It makes me kind of, oh God, there's like mosquitoes getting in here and shit. It makes me want to adopt a dog. Now, mosquitoes, I'm killing you. I'm killing you, and I'm not having any mercy. No mercy about it. Nasty bastards. Okay, I'm scared that it's in here. I am terrified now. There was a spider on the window earlier, and it was huge, and it was like looking at me. And it was like one of those jumping spiders, and I looked it up, and they have like 8 eyes, which is like, okay, well, no wonder, because like I literally felt its eyes piercing into my soul. I was like, whoa, I feel like this motherfucker's staring straight at me. Why do I feel like this? Because my eyesight's not that great, so I couldn't see the 8 eyes, but like you could see that it had some vision. Okay. So it was crazy because I like rolled the window down. Then I drove crazy to get it off my car, and I think it flung off my car. Thank God. It was disgusting. But thank God it wasn't like a black widow. It was like a jumping spider. So it's like, what are you going to do, bitch? Jump on me and then I'll murder your ass? Ooh, what are you going to do? Bite me? Yeah, bite me, bitch. Then I'll make it worse. Fuckers. Okay, where did that mosquito go? I really hope I killed it, but I don't think so, sadly. See, this is how I entertain myself in life. I just make every moment, even the most pointless ones, entertaining. Like, this is literally pointless to talk about. It's pointless to keep going on about. You know, I don't know. Everybody always said I should be a comedian when I was younger, and I'm starting to think it's time. Just kidding. It's a joke. It is a joke. But maybe, now that I'm thinking about it, Damon Darling, best comedian around. Literally. He's better than Calvin Grimes. Yeah. Calvin Grimes, who? After I found Damon Darling, that's how I feel. It's like I almost want to unsubscribe, but I don't want to be rude, Yeah, so Damon Darling, great guy. Hilarious. Go check him out on YouTube if you want to die laughing. How long you been struggling, bub? 9 years sober. Yeah, that's true. I used to say that too when I was struggling. Oh, I'm not struggling. That's what the guy today said. I'm not struggling. Another guy, like, showed him his gun, and he was like, whoa, what the fuck? It's like, who does that? It's like, no offense, but that reminds me of like small D energy, where it's like, you feel threatened by him clearly. I don't know, maybe you think he's better looking than you or something, or whatever, perception again. So you like showed him your gun? Who does that? Unless you have a small D. Like, that's small D energy. Sorry. So anyway, that was the one today that he posted where he went up to the guy and was like, how long you been struggling for? Literally, didn't he say that? I think he did say how long you've been struggling. I don't know if you watched that video, Mr. Rogers, today, but I just can't get enough. I'm obsessed. Not in a weird way, but like, this guy's a chosen one. I mean, that's why the universe, like, it's just crazy. Because, like, I've seen people in his comment sections being like, I quit drinking because of you and shit like that. And yeah, like, he's inspiring. He is that inspiring. He's inspired me, to cultivate healthier habits. You know, I respect him. Very good. Yeah, good person. Very good person. Amazing person. Genuinely, too. And again, the connection there is it's always the men that are men of God or men of, that believe in the divine. That's always the connection. I find that every single guy that I come across that has some type of connection in that way is usually pretty damn decent. Unless they're a narcissist, but that's rare, or that's a little bit more rare. I wouldn't say rare. It's not always the case. I'll just put it that way. Anyway, great guy. Love him. In love with him. Oh, yeah, love you. In love with you. I'm definitely in love with him. I have a crush, but not because I think he's good looking. No offense, I don't think he's. Anyway, I like his hair, great hair, but it's more of a crush of like, oh my gosh, I look up to him. Like that type of a crush. If that makes sense. The man's married, people. Give me a motherfucking break. Great guy, though. And also, well, yeah. He just has a lot of funny videos and he's getting rich and I'm happy for him and manifesting more blessings to come for him and for me. Thanks, universe. Hey. Oh, shit. So, like, I literally Google pretty much like every other day. I'll go on Google and just tap the mic and be like, is Tory Lanez okay? And he is okay. And they just keep saying he's okay. Thank God. Thank God. And I hope whoever did that to him, I hope he finds some way to get back. I also pray for him and pray that he's protected. Chris Brown's a G. I don't give a fuck what you say. He's also a Taurus. Shout out to Chris Brown. Perez was posting on his account and he's like, he's a violent criminal. Give me a break. No. I mean, eh, he is violent, but at times. But a criminal? That's up for interpretation and depends on what you define that to be. A criminal usually goes to jail, right? Like for extended periods. Um, and that's also only if they're guilty, but uh Chris Brown hasn't done that. And whether you want to talk all the shit, that's because he's rich. Yup. Thank God he's blessed, right? So he doesn't have to be trapped. Hating ass motherfuckers. But I know some people are like, well, he needs accountability. Well, listen, he needs medication, and I don't think any of that's going to happen. So, don't know what to tell you at that point. But that's not a man, in my opinion, who belongs behind bars. But he does need help. Somebody needs to help him. He needs some type of chaperone or caretaker that feeds him his medicine so he doesn't beat random people's asses. Yeah. But that should be required. At this point, it should be like, listen, we don't care that you're super rich. You either get on medication for your bipolar or we are locking you up. That should be a tactic used because it's out of hand. And he's self-medicating, whatever. Okay, I feel like he's my client. It was always my dream to be Chris Brown's therapist. Okay, I already said this. Yeah, he got stabbed 14 times in his face. His lungs collapsed. No, I'm sorry, but yes, Chris Brown needs medication. He has bipolar disorder and probably other things because he's an abuser. So I think that man needs some medication to control his uncontrollable rage. I mean, and also somebody needs to like make him go do kickboxing or something like that or boxing or something. Go beat some ass in a controlled context. Maybe then you won't feel like, but also he probably has addiction issues because I wonder, like, was he drunk when he beat that random person's ass in February 2023? Probably on drugs. So the man needs to get clean. I pray for him too. Please protect him, universe, and oh my gosh, make him. I think he has. I think he has learned in a lot of ways. You see it in his music and some of the music that he makes. It's like, I think you know, I think he knows about himself. I just don't think he's doing anything about it. That's the prob. And I don't respect that, which is why the universe has basically gotten him stuck with a bunch of random baby mamas because that's the value that he placed in himself. So, what you reap, you sow. Wait, what you sow, you reap. You sow what you. Wait, you reap what you sow? Yeah. You reap what you sow. Okay, that person's running. They're exercising at night? What is this? Oh, no, it was some, like. Wait, what do you mean? The person whose ass he beat? Or what are you talking about? Oh, really? I thought it was just like a random fucking person. I didn't realize that, Mr. Rogers. I didn't. Damn. I thought it was just a rando. Oh my gosh. So, like, I always do this, but that's okay. Like, procrastinate doing what stuff I need to do. Like, I don't eat enough, but I don't have time. I do not have time. Time is money, okay? And I'm not making money eating. I'm probably losing money eating. So, time is money. I come on here because I'm trying to make money. And also because I care about everybody on here. And want to chit chat with peeps and spread the positive energy and healing. But also, I want to make money. I will. I've got to. But I have to stop cussing so much. They might not monetize my shit if I don't stop cussing so much. But it's like, man, come on, people. So I'm manifesting money with this new moon. Lots of it. For myself. Lots of money for myself, please, universe. And, just make it happen fast. Make me a millionaire. And we'll just go from there. Amen. Yeah. What were you going to ask about it? I'm like almost there. I need like 500 more watch hours to get to the first level of monetization, and then I'll need an additional 1,000 hours, I think it is, which that'll be easy. So hopefully by the end of this year, if I just keep busting my ass. That's why I'm on here for hours on end. So thanks for helping me right now, anybody who's on here. Appreciate you. And I hope everybody, you guys manifest during this new moon. What do you want, What do you want in your life? Be specific about it too. You got to be really, really specific. Was there anything like specific you were going to ask about that though, with the monetization thing? Mr. Otters, I don't know. But 10:41, damn, okay. I gotta get going, like, with stuff, With the reading, I'm gonna do the new moon reading. It's gonna be specific questions, okay, that I'm doing. So, it's gonna be crazy, people. I should have gone to eat. I'm like so mad. Starving over here. Starving to death. Just kidding. I'm being dramatic. It's not funny. Not a funny joke. Oh, damn. Yeah, just stay live for extended like days on end and damn. Yeah. Good call. Yeah, you're right. That's true. I wonder where Shannon's been. She hasn't been on here in a couple days. I always wonder about peeps, like, oh, I hope they're doing okay. You know what? I think I think I wonder about peeps, but like I think I also like because I'm psychic, I like when somebody's gonna come back around or like like come back into my energy field, like I'll feel them like days before or hours before. So I think when I say that, where I say to people like, "Oh yeah, I was thinking about you," I actually think it's my intuition that is like randomly popping up and with the person's energy, letting me know that they're gonna like pop back up. Because it's happened with people like that I like off the internet too, but like on here it happens a lot too. It's weird. It's happened with multiple people. It happened with Monique, it happened with Liz, it happened it's happened with multiple people where I'm like, I wonder where they are. Or like that's what I think I'm doing, I guess. It's not those exact thoughts, it's like my intuition. But I guess I thought it was my thoughts. So it's like, yeah. So yeah, and then like the more you interact with me on here, that's why I think my readings are like really specific because I think they're like they depend upon who I interact with on here or who comes in here, but especially who I interact with because then then I pick up on your energy because like sometimes when I'm shuffling and thinking about the channel or subscribers, the people I've talked to pop up into my head. So then it's like, I'm more specifically channeling their energies. So that's how it works too, like through YouTube. Because I know a lot of people are like, well, how does tarot work through YouTube? How would that work? Well, it's energy. So yeah, she'll be here eventually. Wait, what was I gonna do? Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. But I feel like I don't know if I should do a reading first. Probably. I'll probably get off of here and like in a few after I finish this and then like get back on here and also I'm going back to the nail salon. Fuck this shit. Okay. This is why I never did this shit before because like it's just way too much energy, effort, time um to do the shit yourself because it's like the nails don't stay on the same way they do when you go to the salon. It's like because they have all that shit at the salon where they like buff your nails like really heavy. That's why they're able to like put the nails on. And anyway, so yeah. Oh no, my nails don't look good right now because I'm taking those nails that I ordered off and I'm gonna get my nails done Friday because this is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And also when I get them done at the salon, they don't just like randomly fall off. I mean, sometimes they do in rare circumstances, I would say. But like, I can't find a really good nail place either. That's the problem. And this place charges too much. So I just need to go somewhere cheaper. Oh my God. So, peeps, what's the haps? I was thinking the same thing, but I don't feel like this place is like this place that I'm going to right now is not worth the quality that they're charging. That's my issue with it. So it's like I do need to go somewhere else because like a place that either matches the prices that they're like charging, the quality, you know. Not saying she's like bad, she's pretty good, but $60 is a lot. Yeah, I don't know. Because they charge for stupid shit now. Oh, you want your nails shaped a certain way? It's like, really, bitch? Isn't that just like a part of the fucking thing? It's dumb as shit. That's funny. I've seen those videos. Oh, shit. Okay, what the frick? Okay, I'm gonna get off of here and I'm gonna come back on here and do the reading. It's gonna be a collective reading for the new moon in Gemini, which actually, let's see what time it is real quick. Ooh, the new moon is about to peak in like 14, 13 or 14 minutes, something like that. So damn. 13 minutes. It's crazy. How is everybody feeling? Just kidding. Sometimes people don't feel the energy as much as other people, but oh god. But yeah, I'll be back in like oh man, I'll be back in like 15, 20 minutes. Okay?